What's going on, guys? Chris Chavez here with Phandroid.com. So today the HTC U11 came out, officially became available for purchase, although it seems to be out of stock at HTC.com, ironically. But, you know, if you pre-ordered the device, some people received it as early as yesterday. We got our model right here, so I'm going to go ahead and unbox it and show you guys what comes in the box and maybe cover some of the specs and just talk about the phone in general. So this is what you get when you open the box. You have the HTC U11 here. It's beautiful and lovely and very shiny. You get your Qualcomm 3.0 quick charging adapter. You have a USB Type-C to Type-A cable. You have your U-Sonic headphones. These are active noise canceling headphones, which are pretty amazing. And then you have these little earbud tips as well. If we take off the little back here. The phone does come with the case, which is actually pretty darn nice, since you don't really see that too often with a lot of devices. It's sort of just a clear snap-on hard shell case. It protects the phone completely on top, but then you have, you know, big old large cutouts along the sides. That's because the phone has this sort of, what they call edge sense technology, which is basically pressure-sensitive sides that you can use to activate a shortcut. And then the bottom here is fully cut out as well, so you just get the corners that snap on. I'll put that on in a second. Put that aside. And then you also get, of course, the SIM removal tool and the usual stuff. The usual suspects. This is like one of those wiping cloths, chamois, and then the documentation that you normally see, and then some of the return stickers and all that stuff. The phone does come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, by the way, no questions asked. This right here is the Type-C to 3.5mm headphone jack, because it doesn't come with one, which is probably one of the only big downsides to the device. Let's just go ahead and take it out of the wrapper now. We can sort of go over some of the specs. So the phone is pretty much what you would expect from a top-tier Android device, 2017. All of the big specs are in there. So you have like 4 GB of RAM, although there is going to be, and 64 GB of internal storage. There is going to be a model in China which is 6 GB, 128 gigs of internal memory. Which is absolutely nuts, because, I mean, I kind of wish they would have released that here. I would have loved to have seen it. Oh, it's actually nice because they put a little sticky here so that when you open the thing, the phone doesn't just pop out on the floor, which you might have seen from some of those viral Apple videos from back in the day. The back of the box kind of gives me some rough specs. Oh, in the case, it's sort of textured, so it's not going to scratch the nice glass back on the phone, which is incredibly shiny. They have a certain word for it, like liquid something that they call it on the back. So on the inside you have a Snapdragon 835 processor. The display is a 5.5 inch 16:9 quad HD display, which looks absolutely gorgeous. It gets incredibly saturated with the colors, almost like AMOLED, but of course you can turn that off and just use sRGB if you want something a little more accurate, which is what I like. A micro SD card as well, up to 2 terabytes. We already talked about the RAM, 4 gigabytes. 12 megapixel shooter on the back, and it's using a dual pixel camera. So you don't get laser autofocus, but that's because dual pixel works a lot better. It's super duper quick at focusing. It's got OIS. The videos look absolutely stunning. And in the front you have a 16 megapixel camera, which is a little bit higher resolution than the back. But, you know, it's just not really the same quality. Edge sense along the sides here, which we talked about. It's pressure sensitive, so if I press it, you can see it just opens up the camera like so. And you can customize that. You can sort of adjust the pressure to, you know, so you don't have to press so hard. I was actually a little bit concerned because I don't want to have to press it super hard, and then the phone, you know, has the metal sides and it's slippery, and just have it fly out of my hand. But yeah, so now you can customize it. I put it so it's just like a little bit of pressure will just open the camera like so. And yeah, photo and video looks absolutely stunning. IP67 water resistant, which is fantastic. And normally that comes at the cost of sound quality, or just basically the speaker quality on the phone. But with the boom sound, it's absolutely amazing. I kind of feel like I'm doing an infomercial here, but I really do love this phone. Let's go ahead and see if we can open up a video here. Well, this is my nighttime video test, but it gets pretty darn loud. We'll just watch an ad. Why not? Extremely loud. So it's using 2 speakers. You have the bottom speaker, which is a little bit more robust sound, and then you have the earpiece as well, which sort of acts more like a tweeter, but it sort of creates a sort of pseudo 3D 3D type sound effect there, which is kind of nice. Yeah, so I already uploaded some sample videos from the Galaxy S8, and then I'm going to upload some from this as well, and we can kind of compare those later. But when you're video recording, you have 3D audio sound, and it's using 4 speakers. One on the bottom, one in the back here, and then one on the top, and then one in the front as well, which is awesome. High-res audio. It's Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0, which I kind of mentioned before. And then you have all the other usual suspects. So the phone is pretty nice. Front-mounted fingerprint sensor there and capacitive buttons, which depending on who you ask, some people might prefer. But the phone's fantastic. Let me just say that. It's kind of the perfect answer to the Samsung Galaxy S8. And while it might not sell quite as well as the S8, which I don't believe it will, but that doesn't mean it's any less of a phone. The S8 is great, don't get me wrong, but it's sort of the jack of all trades and master of none. This focuses on some very key areas like video recording, making sure the audio sounds great, whether that's recording video or it's pumping out through your headphones. Fantastic camera, even better than the Galaxy S8 in some respects. And, just wonderful flat display, which I love. 16:9 aspect ratio, which is nice and standard. Super fast software, very minimal. HTC software is fantastic. It's just a great phone. It's a great phone. So when you take into consideration all those things, the phone is priced at $650, and it's not, it's pretty easy to find coupons for, like $50 off. The Galaxy S8, on the other hand, is $720, and, it's expensive. So the HTC U11 definitely does provide some pretty fantastic value. It's not super affordable, but then again, it's not overly expensive like the Galaxy S8. And of course, we're going to be putting it through the paces in the coming days, so you can expect our full review and lots of tutorials and whatnot on the HTC U11. But already, I have to say that I really, really love this phone. So be on the lookout for more coverage from Phandroid.com. With that, I am Chris Chavez, and I'll see you in the next video.